Hey YouTube, Rando here. So the last video we did on first aid was for our bug out bag first aid kit. This is our old bug out bag first aid kit. We actually turned it into a little EDC first aid kit. I had the little first aid kit that was inside of a blood glucose monitor bag. It was a real small one. And we go through a lot of first aid. I've got two boys that like to run and get rowdy, and they get scrapes and scratches all the time, stuff like that. So we like to try to keep them as clean as possible. So that's mostly what this kit goes for, is my kids, but I use it just as often. I'm a auto technician, I'm a mechanic, so I'm constantly getting scrapes and scratches, and you definitely don't want to get grease down in a scratch, so I keep my stuff covered as well. Just real quick, we got some Vaseline lip balm. I use that stuff like crazy, so does my wife. She likes chapstick. Vapor inhaler. I actually threw this in here a few days ago because we just getting over a cold and happen to have it. Neosporin, and you can see my first aid kit gets used. A small thing of medical tape. This is all alcohol pads right here. I use a lot of alcohol pads. Q-tips. I have some small razor blades in here for my razor knife. Not that I would be doing surgery with those or anything, but I have them in here. This is a coffee filter with some water purification tablets down in there so I could get some clean water if need be. Some more tape, same kind of tape. And that should be it down in there. This is probably going to just be all band-aids for the most part. Got a bunch of different kinds of band-aids, knuckle band-aids, all different kinds of stuff. Big band-aids, little band-aids. This is a medicated dressing pad. There's the other signal mirror I had, just like in the bug out bag first aid kit, and then some knuckle band-aids as well. Keep some of those bigger band-aids down back in there as well, and then just some more alcohol wipes. We got through a lot of alcohol wipes, believe it or not. iPad, it's a Mylar bag with some matches and a striker in it. This was in my very first aid kit I ever built, and every time I build a new one I always take it out and put them in there. It's sealed up piece of Mylar, so they're waterproof if nothing else. Some gauze, some big gauze. These are the little clear pads I showed that act kind of like synthetic skin that you can put over a small cut. It actually rolls with your hand and folds with your hand, and these work out well as long as you don't scratch it off over the wound. Some more gauze. I always keep a emergency blanket in my first aid kits, all of them. This is some cortisone tin. This is a big roll of floss. I actually took the spool out and just threw the floss in here. Need to put that in a bag though. Don't get all nasty. This is gauze, a pack that we've already opened and a roll that we've already opened and been using. And then we have some cotton tip applicators, really just some big Q-tips. They work well. So you can see I don't carry a whole lot, but I carry just enough. Again, medication, I said this in a previous video, that's something I carry separate from my actual first aid kit. I do want to put some fever reducers in here. If nothing else, some of the small packs or small tubes. I used to carry some Benadryl and some Advil in here, so I'd like to replace that and throw that back in the EDC kit, but it usually gets used over time and I forget to put it back in there, so there is some stuff missing, but this is about as complete as it's going to get for our kit. So we're going to be doing an update on our EDC pack soon. Things have changed for a little bit, not a whole lot, but enough that I feel like it warrants doing a video on it. So we'll be doing a video on that soon. Be looking out for it. That's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching, YouTube.